Welcome to Mo Boxing No Problem. I'm Jose Ramirez Jr. and today I'm joined by Ruben from Through the Ropes. What up, Ruben?
What's up?
And we
What's up?
also got TJ from the Boxing Syndicate. What up, TJ?
What's up, yo?
It's good to have you guys, man. I missed talking last weekend with you guys. We had Shakur Stevenson, beat Robson Consequio. I wanted to talk about that and the whole weigh-in drama, but we missed it. But we still get to talk Shakur Stevenson because he's made his intentions clear that he's moving to 135 pounds and he's there to take over. And there's three names right now currently that stick out in that division. You got Vasiliy Lomachenko, you got Gervonta Tank Davis, and you got Devin Haney. And I want to pick your brains with each one and just tell me how you see that matchup playing out. If there's going to be any problems for Shakur Stevenson. Can he potentially take an L with that opponent, or will he have an easy time? So we'll start with Vasiliy Lomachenko versus Shakur Stevenson. How do you guys see that playing out?
I think Shakur Stevenson beats Lomachenko pretty convincingly. I'm not saying it's going to be like an easy fight by any means, but I could see him winning maybe like 8-4 rounds. So a pretty decisive victory for Shakur. Definitely more clear than the Teofimo Lopez.
More clear than Teofimo, okay. What about you, TJ?
Yeah, I think I agree with that. Sometimes, Shakur is one of my favorite fighters right now. I watch him a lot, and I also watch Lomachenko a lot because he's one of my favorites as well. So I kind of agree with that. I do think Loma will probably be the most difficult just because of his, his technical, how technical he is, how he uses fundamentals, and obviously he probably has the best footwork in the sport. You know what I mean? So I do think that play a part, and that could be difficult for Shakur. But like Ruben was saying, I think Shakur probably breaks that down and wins convincingly.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think Shakur Stevenson versus Vasiliy Lomachenko, that is not an L for Shakur Stevenson. I think he also wins pretty convincingly. Lomachenko does a lot of the good things that Shakur Stevenson also does, but I think with Vasiliy Lomachenko kind of being on the older side of things, and personally, I thought that 130 pounds was the better division for Lomachenko. I think youth in the high weight class favors Shakur Stevenson. All right, we got BoxTalk with the chat. What up, BoxTalk? Love to see how you think Shakur Stevenson versus Lomachenko plays out. Is that going to be easy for Shakur? Let us know in the comments, man. All right, next one we want to talk about is Gervonta Tank Davis. So how you guys see that playing out with Shakur Stevenson?
I mean, I kind of see it the same way. The only thing that worries me about, obviously, is
oh, we think we lost Ruben for a little bit. So Ruben's on the road right now. So that's why we're going to have him in and out there. So maybe you can step in, TJ.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I just take off what he was saying. Like I said, I watch a lot of Shakur. I think he probably beat Gervonta too. I think, obviously he's not too much taller than Gervonta, but I do think with Shakur's mastery of distance and like just the way he can control distance, I think, his reach advantage would be a big part. And then, obviously he doesn't get hit a lot. So if he can't get hit, that power really doesn't, play a part too much, if he can't hit him too often. So I think I'm taking Shakur with that too.
Yeah, for sure. We got BoxTalk with his comment here. It says Shakur is the guy I see with the best chance to go undefeated out of everybody. I see him beating Loma, but it's a good fight. I mean, I agree. I've gone on record saying Stevenson is a generational talent. Definitely will not have any trouble until I think 140-pound division, in my opinion. And to your point, TJ, I think I was reading a stat where I think punches landed on Shakur Stevenson is about 5 per round. So he doesn't get hit often, and I think the question with Tank, we've seen Tank outbox. Like he was losing to Leo Santa Cruz, he was losing to Rowley, but the thing with Tank is that power is the game changer. So if he catches you, it could be a problem. It could be a night out. So can he get one out of those 5 punches landed on Shakur Stevenson that changes the fight? And that's interesting. It's a big question mark.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't think he can. And I heard they sparred before. I haven't seen any footage because I know him and Devin Haney got some sparring footage, but I haven't seen any Tank footage. But I heard they sparred before, and obviously Shakur not gonna give any like details on the sparring or anything, but I mean, from what he kind of implied, he held his own in that that contest. So in a real fight, I'm imagining he'll do the same. So
yeah, absolutely. And we got BoxTalk saying he's hard to hit, man, and wastes very little energy, very poised. I've seen him spar in person. I was extremely impressed. I must have been dope, BoxTalk. See him live, doing his thing. So Ruben,
Yeah,
before we
sorry
lost
about that.
you're a mid thought man. So we'll let you finish. So Shakur Stevenson versus Tank Davis. How do you see that playing out?
Yeah, what's it called? I feel like you don't really. I mean, his powers, the thing. Obviously, Gervonta Davis is what you gotta look out for. But boxing ability, I think Shakur Stevenson could pick him apart.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think when I think
Like,
of Tank Davis versus Shakur Stevenson, and this isn't going to be a 1-for-1 match, but I think of like Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. I see that where like Deontay Wilder's
kind of similar,
best
yeah.
chance was that punch.
no, for sure. Yeah, and what's it called? I mean, and also like we gotta see. We haven't really seen Shakur Stevenson take like a clean hit or get
Yeah,
wobbled or anything. So we don't like. Obviously, what's it called? Because I'm a big Shakur Stevenson fan too. So I don't want to like sound biased. So we do need to see what his chin is like also when it gets hit. Because eventually
yeah, I
it's gonna
was kind of
happen.
thinking that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that same thing. Like, if he does, it say him and Tank do fight. He does get clipped by one of those big shots. Can he get back up and finish the fight? And in a clean decision, like we probably think it'll be,
Yeah, and
or is it a knockout? You know what I mean? We just don't know right
yeah,
now.
yeah. And in the Valdez fight, I thought Shakur was gonna get tested his chin, but I mean, obviously it
Mhm.
didn't
It's
happen.
kind
Shakur
of yeah.
dominated. He dominated Valdez, but I did think Valdez was gonna, like, all right, well, let's see how his chin holds up. But I mean, we didn't even get a chance to see that. Just goes to show how good Shakur Stevenson is.
That's a good point because we saw Oscar Valdez make over Schultz, that one punch knockout power that Valdez has. So I thought that maybe at least once he was going to catch him, somewhat clean. But you're right, we didn't see that a single time.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
And I
what's it
seen
called?
I was saying, yeah, like in the Kaseko fight, he caught him a couple of times. He had it like a nice little left eye, swollen there. Kaseko caught him with some good punches, but it really didn't seem like it did. Obviously, it didn't do too much. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? He had a little black eye or whatnot. So I mean, he caught a few, probably some good shots, and it looked like he handled them pretty well. But obviously, that's a different level than like a Tank power. You know what I mean? So we just got to
Yeah.
see.
So do you guys think in that fight Shakur Stevenson is just going to try to, keep the range and box him, or is he going to actually try to engage Tank and take the fight to
I
him?
don't think it. I mean, because I think Raleigh was doing well, bringing the fight to Tank. Obviously, he ran into that left hand, and that was good night. But I think it. I don't know. I think with Shakur's, he'll be able to slip punches and stuff. So I could see him pressing the fight also.
Yeah, same. Like I said earlier, like he'll have like a slight height advantage, so I think he'll probably definitely try to use that. Try to box him to the outside, but obviously Tank's going to be trying to get inside, and I think Shakur can do that well too if he needs to. You know what I mean? So I think it'd be a great matchup if it was to happen. I think it probably will happen eventually.
I do think what's it called? Tank knocks out Devin Haney though.
Do you?
Oh, that's okay. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. I do think Tank beats Haney by knockout if they fight.
You
That'd
thinking
be
it's
a good
going
one
to be
too,
early knockout or late knockout?
like a late rounder.
Yeah, like a late rounder. I mean, Haney's too elusive at first, but then if Tank kind of wears him down a little bit, starts touching him, I think he could get him. And I'm just
Um,
basing that off of when Linares rocked Haney's
Hmm.
chin.
Oh yeah, I
yeah.
do remember that. Yeah, he was a little stanky leg, a little legs wobbling a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I don't think he fully recovered. So I do want to see
Yeah.
Haney's chin tested again. See if that was a one-time thing or if it's going to be a problem for him. So let's talk about Devin Haney. So he's currently the undisputed champion of the weight class. He's going to have the rematch with Cambosos. In about a week or so. and a lot of people are expecting him to retain and win again. So, assuming he wins, he's still champion. How do you guys see Shakur Stevenson versus Devin Haney playing out?
I see what's it called, Shakur beating Haney too. I don't know if you guys saw that the clip. I think DBN or whatever has it posted of them sparring when they were younger, and Shakur was he was lighting them up.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I was talking about that a little earlier. Like, they got some clips of sparring. I was like, I was kind of implying the same thing, that Shakur was pretty much holding his own. You know what I mean? Obviously, Devin has gotten a lot better since then. You know what I mean? But so has Shakur. You know what I mean? I just think Shakur probably just outboxes him. You know how Devin is. He likes to shoulder roll. He's kind of like a pure boxer type of guy too. And then, so I think, with them guys kind of have a similar style. I think Shakur kind of jumps out of that box and gets more aggressive and probably wins that fight.
Yeah, and I give the power edge to Shakur, even though he's moving up. I think he possesses more power than Haney.
I would agree with that. I think Shakur Haney, that's some high level boxing Q in that ring.
That would be a good fight, man, to like really watch, like a real like chess, like just two high chest boxers, just looking for those openings.
Right.
It definitely would be a chess match in there. But probably the difference is going to be Haney's lack of power, because for all the things he does well, and I agree with you, TJ. I think Haney and Shakur do have a very similar boxing style. With probably Shakur having better defense and also more power. Those two things is going to be the long game. I mentioned the defense being better and the power being more effective is going to turn the tide, and I think he win a decision.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that goes all 12, but I think Shakur gets the decision for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you guys.
All right. Well,
I could see. Hold on, let me add something to that. I could see maybe a split decision though. I could see maybe, because what's it called? Like you guys been saying, like Haney, does not take anything away from him. He is the undisputed champ, and he's really good in his own right. So I mean, I don't see it by any means. None of these fights that we're discussing are going to be easy fights. Right.
Yeah, agreed. With that, I think my only exception I would say with I think Lomachenko, just because of the age and he started a little bit later now warming up, that could be easier than the other fights on there. But all of them would be great tests for Shakur Stevenson. Great resumes. So we just gave him a clean sweep against the top dogs. Is there anyone at 135 you guys can see giving Shakur any problems?
Pitbull gives everybody.
I was about to say, he's just going to press him the whole time. We can see how he is against that pressure. You know what I mean? He's going to give him a lot of pressure and throw bombs. You know what I mean? We can see if he can kind of use his elusiveness and get out of the way of those. Other than that, though, Pitbull is really a top 6 guy, though. Like, you know what I mean? Top 6 or 7 guy, though. So, I mean, it's not a bad fight either. So, it's just like, I don't know, but I still think Shakur takes him out too. So I don't know.
And I'm gonna throw another dark horse name in there. Edwin de Los Santos, the Dominican that took out Rayo Valenzuela. I gotta see more from him. But the way he fought against Rayo, I was impressed. I don't think he can do that to Shakur Stevenson. But he's definitely a top name in that division. Coming up.
Saying that, I wouldn't mind like even a Frank Martin or something like that.
Oof.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Frank Martin wouldn't be bad either. He'll give him a good test. Definitely still see Shakur taking that too, but I think it's a good test. But like you said, man, like I really think he's one of those generational talent guys. He might end his career undefeated or with 1 loss or something like that. So I think he's one of those guys.
Yeah, no, I agree. So there you guys have it. Shakur versus Vasiliy Lomachenko, Tank Davis, and Devin Haney should be a clean sweep for him. And not all easy fights, but he should be able to pull out the W's. Any other thoughts on Shakur Stevenson or any closing comments, guys?
Nope. We'll see how Loma does against his upcoming fight, because that's probably maybe Shakur's first fight at 135.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well let's wrap up. Hopefully Ruben can come in so he can give us a spiel. If not, I'll do it for him. But TJ, where can people find you?
Yep, you guys can find me at the Boxing Syndicate. I got it down right there on the name. And then you can find me on TikTok too at TBS Boxing. And we trying to post more on there too. So
All right, perfect, TJ. And then as far as Ruben, I don't think he's gonna be able to join back, but you can find him at Through the Ropes. I think for Instagram it's like through_the_ropes. I'll also make sure I'll leave that in the description of the video so you guys can tag him. But TJ, thank you for joining me and talking some boxing. I always enjoy these.
oh yeah, for sure, bro. I always appreciate it. Yep, just let me know. Well, we got some stuff coming up too. So
Yeah, we got a lot of interviews coming up next week, so keep that content coming. Like they say, more boxing. It's no problem.
Hell no, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, later, brother.
All right, dog. Thanks, bro.
No problem.